come inside now. It's a bit too warm out there. I just want to say thank you to Karen Furtardo. I hope I've said that right. Thank you for your idea for starters. An advocate would be a great idea. It could be something to look forward to in the future, or go towards in the future. Obviously there's a lot of things I'd need to look into for that, but yeah, definitely an idea, a good idea. Thank you. Also Mick Jagger. No, I've never been called that before, a lookalike to Mick Jagger before, but thank you for that. I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe you should, I don't know. I don't know if I got the pout either. The points that you brought up, domestic abuse and cutting ties, using humour and parental roles, yeah, brilliant points. I mean, cutting ties, it's something I've had to do. And I have actually posted a comment about this back to Karen, about a bit of a follow-on from the incident of when my father figure died, and how my family have treated me since and beforehand, really. Now, obviously somebody's told the family that I hated him. Now, my gran, she would have used, well, she has used a couple of members of family to twist things and to say nasty stuff, and I don't know if it's coming straight from Gran or if it's just their own thoughts, but obviously it's come from some sort of lie in the first place, that's been developed and twisted and turned out to be, well, it's complete bollocks, it's untrue, it's bullshit. Now, when I've asked the family why nobody got in contact with me, and basically they've turned it on me that why didn't I go down ever? Why didn't I go back? Why didn't I make contact? Now, I have had to cut all contact with all toxic people for my own healing, and I've told them this. They've asked me this before, why I'd never go back down, and I've told them straight. And all of a sudden now, I'm to blame for not going down and not making contact with my granddad, the man who brought me up, the man I considered as my father. Yeah, I don't know what to call him. Deep down I call him my dad, you know, he's my dad. But it's all just through the confusion, what to call him. But yeah, he brought me up, he's my dad. He's been my only dad. And I think I will start calling him that from now on. I don't know if I said that in my other video or not, I can't remember. But yeah, yeah, you have to cut ties, and there are consequences of that. People that you love, you'll never see again, just because of the toxic people that surround them, you know, because it triggers you too much. I was in a dark place, suicidal, committed suicide, or tried to commit suicide. Obviously I didn't succeed, I'm still here, but tried to commit suicide so many times. And my family knew this, and my family still continued what they did. My mum didn't care. She knew exactly what she was doing to me, and all I needed was the truth. I'd be blue in the face telling her what would make me better. Just tell me the truth. That would make me better, Mum. More lies, more lies, more lies. And it triggered me again to the point of suicide on many occasions. And each time she never cared. She never cared. She'd care in front of her friends. You know, she put on, oh, my daughter, oh, poor Carolyn, poor Carolyn. No, you never thought that. I know you've never thought that. You had to be prompted by your certain friends. And this is what happens. It's, oh shit, yeah, I better do this. I better play the caring mother, because that's the facade that I put up for so long. Oh, Carolyn, oh yeah, no. And it's the same as my gran, you know. I heard that she was dying. One of her tricks was, well, this is the tricks that narcissists play, because she's a narcissist at the top of the family. Obviously, she wants to cause as much havoc before she dies. So I've not spoken to her for years, absolute years. And then all of a sudden, my Uncle Paul put something on Facebook. I've not got him on my friends list, so I didn't see it. So my daughter's told me, oh, do you know Janet's dying? I was like, no, I don't talk to anybody. I think I'd actually blocked him at this time. And then all of a sudden my Auntie Elaine's trying to get in contact with me. And she's not on my list and I've got her blocked. Jade's telling me that my Auntie Elaine wants to get in contact with me, so I unblock her. And I ask her, okay. I know exactly what it's for. I know that she knows that Janet's dying. And I knew that that Janet didn't want me or my daughter or my mum to know that she was dying, which is fair enough. I didn't really want to know that she was dying. I'd not spoken to her. It really didn't fucking bother me at all if she was dying or not. Like, you know, it was her last ditch attempt to get attention, because I never responded to her. And this is what toxic people do. It's called hoovering. They do something in hopes that you come back and give them the attention that they crave, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. It's attention. It's what they do. So yeah, all this was going on, and I forgot my train of thought now. But yeah, they made out that I was, that I hated him, and because they made out that he had died a broken-hearted man because of me. That's what my Auntie Elaine told me. It's horrible, you know. A man that I love to bits thinks or thought, you know, this could be just a twisting of things, you know. He might not never even thought that, which, you know, deep down in my heart, I know that he knew exactly who I was, the kind of person I was, very much so. And I deep down, I don't think he did believe that. It's just their perception of the stories, just to cause as much trauma and impact and drama, because Elaine will do whatever Janet wants. She's the one that goes and does this and twists that story and does that and this, that and the other, you know. And she's the go-between for Gran. Yeah, so many things that she twists, just little facts, just to please Janet. But this is what happens in a narcissistic family. Janet will control through love, and Elaine will do stuff just so she gets that love. And the more toxic the drama, the more loves that she gets back from Janet, you know. So it's bound to happen. This is what happens through the family system. And then there's people like me that suffer for it. I know that there's been a couple of others in the family that have suffered for it. Christine and Paul, they've suffered. Stephen, I don't know, like I keep saying. Obviously he's had some sort of abuse, but I've not spoken to him, so he's not confided in me. The abuse, I don't know about Elaine, but I do know through her patterns of behaviour that it's emotional neglect. But it's emotional neglect through all the family, because a narcissist just hasn't got that emotion behind it, and this is why they so easily cause harm and don't care, never will do. But yeah, also Karen was on about that I use humour a lot. Yeah, I thought about this quite a while ago, and come up with the conclusion that it was a defence mechanism as growing up, because obviously people getting angry with me and hurting me, if you make somebody laugh and feel good, you know, they're not going to hurt you. Yeah, people that know me know that I make fun of anything and everything. I've got a cracking sense of humour. I love it, I have to laugh, I really do, or else I'll go into a very, very dark place, and I'm not prepared to go there again, never again. But even when I am at my rock bottom, I use humour in everyday settings. It's the same as how I dealt with having cancer a couple of years ago. I was diagnosed with I'll say it, a rare form of anal cancer. I thought it was piles. Yeah, and it was 2 tumours, quite big tumours actually. So I went through the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy. I just made fun of it all the way through. I had to. Anybody will tell you that saw me go through that. You know, I've had so many people that have praised me for how strong I was through it, but it was the humour that got me through. I had to laugh at everything through it. I had to. Even when I was going for radiotherapy, I'd be putting on Facebook as my status ass zapping time, and a couple of lightning bolts. That's my sense of humour. I'm very sarcastic with my sense of humour, but never to hurt people. It's always funny, and it never causes harm. Yeah, it's brilliant. I'd recommend it to anybody. A good laugh can change a situation so quickly. Even from somebody feeling down and depressed, you make them laugh and they forget about what's overcome them. That darkness lifts for that moment. That the brain switches over, and laughter also creates a chemical in your brain that stops the stress hormone that's going on when you're depressed. When you're under a lot of stress, your brain creates a stress hormone. But the laughter and the happiness, that counteracts it, and you stop feeling depressed. And laughter has been a big part of my healing, definitely, and I recommend it to anyone, along with uplifting music, sound frequency music, any music that gives you goosebumps. You know, when you get those goosebump feeling all over your body, it's your brain rewarding you with these nice, happy chemicals going off in your brain. It is like being on drugs, completely, and it's an instant hit. It's great. I recommend it to anybody. But yes, Karen, thank you so much for all your comments. I will reply as many as I can. I'll keep making videos as well. I mean, if there's any more points that you want to point out, you know, I'll answer them in videos, and yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much. So thank you everybody for watching, subscribing, sharing, liking. Yeah, let's hope that I can start reaching out to people, because the more people know about this, the more they can put it into their own family life, their own environments that they're going through, you know, in day-to-day life. And then the more people recognise the patterns of toxic behaviour, the more that they will link it to the bigger picture, their own communities, their own countries, the world. You know, that's what I'm looking to aim for, you know, just to bring awareness to everyone for what's going on, because I do truly believe that at the end of the day, it's because of people like this that this world is so bad. And my prediction is if this takes off and this happens, our world is going to be something completely different, something new, something that we've never experienced before, something good, something beautiful. It's just changing how we see other people. I suppose changing, but looking deeper into how people behave. And maybe we'll be able to correct that in one way or another. Obviously, there won't be people that can be corrected, but there's coping skills, coping mechanisms, coping structures that we can put in place for that sort of thing, you know. Mental health, we hardly know anything about the brain, but I've noticed since I've been looking into my own brain behaviour, there are advances in mental health. The more we understand about the brain, the more we understand about behaviours. Yeah, that's coming forward quite fast. But the more it's recognised, the more that people see that this is the problem of what's going on in the world. And the biggest problem that's causing all poverty, you know, all the bad stuff, you name it, that's what's causing it. it's the toxic behaviour at the people that are at the top of these organisations, at the top of the world leaders. You know, it's they've got their toxic hold over the rest of us, and we're being abused, and we don't even know it. So seeing the link between domestic violence and what's going on in the world, yeah, I do believe that this is our way forward, to make this world a better place for everyone, and to evolve. You know, that's what humans do. We evolve, and I think this is the right time for it. We've got all the knowledge behind us. We've got all the technology there to back up all this that we know. Obviously, there's all these big companies that don't, you know, that want the money and things like that. So this is why the advancements are so slow. You know, this needs to be put at the top of the list. You know, it's got mental well-being of the planet. The one, yeah, it's just the top. Yeah, top of the pyramid. We deal with that, and the rest, it all falls into place. Well, that's my prediction and my theory anyway. So it's good to see that there's a few people that are looking at these that are agreeing. It's nice to have a bit of validation that my thoughts and my experiences are actually valid. Other people have experienced them, other people think them, you know. It's good, especially when you've not had validation all your life. It gives you a bit of confidence to carry on what you're doing, a bit of belief in yourself. So yeah, thank you very much everybody, thank you, bye bye.